So Angie, how do you like the Women in ASHRAE event?
Enjoying it very much. It's a great group of ladies, and it's kind of different to be in a conference when we actually don't have hardly any men here.
I know. It
very
must be
different.
real nice.
It is actually unique. I feel now you could feel how it was to be the only woman in the room.
That's
now
right.
You can feel the only man in the room.
It's been switched around on me.
That's
But
a good thing.
it's been great. I've really been enjoying it, and the energy and the speakers have been tremendous.
That's great.
Really good.
Yeah, that's great. I think the women, they're really connecting with the women as well.
Yeah.
This is exciting. I've been in the industry for over 40 years, and to see this many women, and particularly this many young women involved, it really gets excited.
Well, good. I'm glad to be here. You recently started a nonprofit organization we were going to talk about.
I did. I was a mechanical contractor for about 35 years, and
God bless you.
President for 14 of those years. And during the course of that, I was also very involved in the Sheet Metal Contractors Association. So I was national president of SMACNA at the time too.
Right.
But I realized we have a problem in our workforce, that all of our tradespeople were retiring, and all of us contractors really worried where they were going to come from. And so I knew people.
Right.
We weren't getting enough in, and everybody was going out and retiring. And so I decided that we would run a summer camp in my backyard in East Palo Alto. We were in Menlo Park in California, and our underserved area of East Palo Alto. I said to my partners, let's run a summer camp.
That's California,
in
right?
California,
For us
correct.
non-Californians.
Yes, sorry. Yes, you are correct.
It
is
sounds
California.
familiar to me because of, I guess, Apple's from there. Is that the
Palo
same area?
Alto, yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that was originally, and Hewlett Packard and all those other areas.
Oh, okay, got it.
So we decided, I talked to my partners, and they said, let's do it. So we ran a summer camp. And my friend of mine, Rick Hermanson in Seattle, also decided he would run it with us. So he and I kind of heavy metal summer experience. Is what we call
Whoa.
it.
I like it.
Yeah, we kind of thought it was a fun name.
You know, when you say summer camp, I'm envisioning people staying in like their bunk.
We
No.
an overnight camp.
Okay,
We're
yeah.
working with high schoolers.
Okay.
And the summer camp invites high schoolers to, we were, as a contractor, hosted it. And it's basically about a 30 to 40 hour camp to teach them work in the shop, to learn what sheet metal and piping and how to bend metal and how to use a tape measure. And,
I bet they loved it.
not kids love fire. Fire was a big deal for
Yeah.
kids. So that was a lot of fire welding, things like that.
In terms of like metal or welding the metal?
They
or?
like to weld the metal. They just like fire, period.
Right.
So, went so well that first summer that the two of our 28 kids in 2021 in 2 camps. And so then I retired and I continued, but I was still going around the nation a bit with SMACNA, the Sheet Metal Contractors, and I kept telling more people about it and saying we should do this. And MCA and SMACNA really jumped on board and started giving us free booths at the convention. And this summer we have, so 2026, so we're into our 6th summer, and we have 64 camps and 1,100 kids across
What?
the United States.
Oh
and
my
Canada.
gosh. I thought you were going to say we have 64 kids from 28.
No,
So-
1,100 kids. We're gonna have
Wow.
by 2030 we'll serve over 10,000 kids.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
So,
so-
the nonprofit organization is called Heavy Metal.
Summer experience. Yep. HMSE.org.
Do individuals reach out to you and say, hey, I like what you're doing. I want to consider starting one in my area, or how does that work?
Well, we with union contractors and union training centers mostly, and we rely on finding a host. So we provide the kids with a set of boots when they start. We have great partnerships with DeWalt and Milwaukee, and
Nice.
they get a bag of tools when they graduate, and they get 30 to 40 hours of instruction, but we team with the host camp. So yes,
Right.
if you're interested in hosting a camp, reach out to me because we would love to talk to you about being a host. And we look for hosts, and we have been trying to expand across, we're in 30 states maybe. We'd love to get in all the states if we could.
Right.
We one in Nashville, the only one in Tennessee. We actually have 2 now this summer in Texas, which is great. But we're slowly moving across the country. We're in Rhode Island, we're in Connecticut, we're everywhere. We're in Canada with 5 spots. So we provide a playbook. We provide the resources. We try to make it the easy button. This is how you run the camp. We give them permission slips and we recommend projects, etc. So we try to make it easy for them. And I'm failing at retirement, so I am very, very busy now. So, but it's a good cause, and I like that.
Yeah, I mean, sit around. I mean, you will build
I
something
was too
amazing.
young to retire,
Right.
so according to that. My husband keeps reminding me, though, when I work those 50, 60 hours, that maybe I should think about retiring
Right.
a little bit more. But we have some amazing corporate sponsors. So besides
Awesome.
Milwaukee and DeWalt, we have just a lot of great corporate sponsors, which have helped us because, nonprofit money to run.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
asking for money is not something I was super comfortable with. I knew
No,
how to
I
make
get
money
it.
when I was a
Right.
contractor. So.
So if somebody's watching who wants to be a sponsor, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, hmse.org
Okay.
And I'm on there, Angie.Simon@hmse.org. But we have an info there email as well, which would either come to me or my executive director, so who we just started 3 months ago, and I'm excited about.
Right.
But no, and then that out though, because there's some amazing videos watching the kids in the camps on our website. Plus, you can look at all the locations on our website. We have a map and we have locations. And if you're hearing this and you have a student that you would like to have apply to our camps, check it out, because the applications, if a camp's not full right now for this summer, the application will be open, and it'll give the dates and times and everything. So we
Excellent.
are some areas full as could be, but some areas are looking for kids too. Just depends. One of the things we learned is it takes the first time you run a camp in a city, and particularly if you're a contractor, we know how to go into high schools and ask, and we try to help them. How do you introduce it in high
Right.
school? But once you've run it once, and it becomes easier, and the high school kids go back to school, the ones that had been graduated, and they start telling them about it, and all of a sudden next summer it's a lot easier to recruit. And of the
Amazing.
kids that are taking the class that have just graduated high school, 50% of them are getting jobs in construction. So that's
Wow.
a pretty good
I was going to
number.
ask you the stats. That's huge.
50% of the kids that have graduated every year.
Right.
So that, and
Is there a particular trade they generally lean towards?
so
or?
Heavy Metal Summer Experience aims at mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. And
Okay.
piping. We're the MEP trades. Some camps are full electrical. Some camps are full sheet metal. We really encourage them to be full MEP if we can.
Yeah.
We give them a little sample of everything so the kids get a choice.
Love it.
Even if they think they like sheet metal and it was a sheet metal only camp, they can go ahead and try the other trades too as well.
Right.
And I've got once I work on wood or things.
Yeah.
But we focus on MEP.
But just to know trades is even an option is a good thing,
And
right?
I talked about that when I had college for 5 years. Took me 5 years to get out because I played softball and had the time that last year. And 1 year at another company, and then I started at my company, Western Allied. So that was 7 years out of high school, and I'm piping foreman the same age as I was, and he had just bought a house in the Bay Area, and I'm just now starting to pay my parents back, paying rent in the Bay Area, and he bought a house in the Bay Area. So trades is a really good career. They got great benefits, great pensions, and they get paid really well. So I there's not everyone to go to college. And 65% of the contractors within SMAC now, the sheet metal contractors, started in the trades, and now they own their companies.
Right.
So you can do anything you want if you get a background in the trades. So.
Yeah, what do they say? If you want to find the plumber on your street, look for the biggest boat or something like that?
The most expensive cars.
Yeah.
Well, you tried to get a plumber, and how much they charge nowadays? So it is, and that's the other thing is then all of a sudden you know how to do some of that stuff too if you end up in the trades.
I always encourage people to try everything before you make a career decision, because you're going to be spending a lot of hours on your career, and you might as well do something that you enjoy. And my son recently went in he's an HVAC tech, so he started the year, he loves it. So
good for him. And that's one of the things we do teach. A lot of our camps do a module on HVAC service.
Good.
Service Trades, one of our sponsors currently, and Build Ops is one of our sponsors. So we look at all of those options as possibilities. And I'll tell you, like I said, the kids love the fire, and we found that the girls seem to be the better welders, better attention to detail.
Yeah.
So that's what we see.
God bless them.
Yes.
All right.
It's been a lot of fun. It's a good organization. It's a fun. Check it out. If you Google Heavy Metal Summer Experience or hmse.org, you'll find us.
Great.
So.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Did a great
Thank
job. Thank you.